There are moments when you don't even realize that God is working behind the scenes of your love life. You're not chasing anyone, you're not forcing anything to happen, but your heart feels different. You're becoming more careful about who you let in, more peaceful in your waiting, and more aware of what truly matters when it comes to love. That change isn't random, it's preparation. When God starts getting your heart ready for real love, the signs often show up quietly. You may begin to let go of the wrong people without drama. You might start praying instead of panicking, healing instead of blaming, and focusing on becoming who God needs you to be for the kind of love that honors Him. This video is going to walk you through those signs in a way that makes you stop and think about what God may be doing inside of you. 1. You've started letting go of past hurt. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. There was a time when your heart carried the weight of everything someone did to you. You replayed conversations, cried over unanswered questions, and wrestled with feelings of not being enough. But now you've noticed you're not as emotional about it anymore. The sting of it is fading, and your thoughts are no longer stuck in what they did or what they didn't do. This change didn't happen overnight. God has been gently helping you loosen your grip on the pain that tried to define you. He knows your heart can't receive new love while it's still tangled in old wounds. That's why He's been guiding your emotions toward healing, even when it felt like you were standing still. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak or that what happened was okay. It means you trust God enough to stop living in the past. It means you believe His future for you is worth more than clinging to memories that keep hurting you. When you find yourself thinking about them less and feeling freer in your spirit, that's not a coincidence. That's a clear sign that your heart is becoming whole again, and God is making room for someone new to love you the right way. 2. You're becoming more patient in relationships. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. You've noticed that your approach to relationships has changed. You're not rushing to label things or demanding instant clarity like you used to. You're more willing to wait, to listen, and to understand without jumping to conclusions. That kind of growth doesn't come from you. It comes from God working inside you. Patience is one of the strongest signs that God is getting your heart ready for something meaningful. You're no longer looking for quick validation or love that moves too fast to last. Instead, you're trusting the process and the pace that God is setting, even when it feels slower than what you want. This new mindset helps protect your emotions and makes your decisions healthier. You're not entertaining people out of boredom or loneliness anymore. You're guarding your peace because you understand how much your heart is worth. When God matures your patience, He's also showing you how to love in a way that lasts. That's the kind of love that's prepared, not pressured. It's the kind that grows deep roots, and that only happens in hearts that are willing to wait. 3. You're learning how to pray for them instead of overthink. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. You used to spend hours overthinking what someone said, did, or didn't do. Your mind would spiral into fear, doubt, and worst-case scenarios. But now, when those thoughts creep in, you catch yourself saying a prayer instead. That shift is not just emotional maturity, it's spiritual growth. Prayer shows that your trust is moving away from your own control and into God's hands. You're no longer trying to fix everything in your head or hold all the answers. Instead, you're letting God hold the person, the situation, and your heart at the same time. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you're caring the right way. You bring their name to God more than you bring them up in conversations. You ask God to protect, guide, and shape them, even if you're not sure what role they'll play in your life yet. That kind of prayer life is proof that your heart is preparing for a real connection, one rooted in peace, not panic. When you stop letting your mind run wild and start letting your spirit speak to God, it's a clear sign your love life is aligning with Him. 4. You're healing without needing a relationship to fix you. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. There was a time when you thought love from another person would fix everything that was wrong inside you. You believed that if someone just chose you, saw you, or stayed with you, your pain would finally go away. But now, something's different. You're healing without waiting for someone to complete you. God has been showing you that wholeness comes from Him, not from a relationship. He's walked with you in your low moments, comforted you in your private tears, and given you the strength to smile again. And because of that, you no longer look to people to be your answer. This healing is a major shift. It means you're no longer entering relationships from a place of emptiness. You're no longer seeking to be saved. You're prepared to love, not just receive love. When you stop begging for love to validate your worth and start realizing your worth is already established by God, that's one of the clearest signs He's preparing your heart for the right kind of love, the kind that's healthy and whole. 5, you've started to enjoy your own company. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Spending time alone used to feel like a punishment. It brought up insecurity, boredom, or even fear of being unwanted. But now you find peace in quiet moments, and you've learned how to enjoy yourself without needing someone else to be there. That shift says a lot about your growth. You're learning that solitude is not the same as loneliness. In the stillness, you found God's voice clearer, your emotions calmer, and your thoughts more grounded. You've created a space where God can pour into you without distraction. Loving your own company is a powerful sign your heart is stabilizing. It means you're not looking for someone to fill a void, but to add to a life that's already full of purpose and peace. You don't need someone to make you feel alive. You've already found life through God. When you can sit in silence and still feel loved, that's not weakness, that's preparation. It shows that when love comes, it will be a choice, not a crutch. 6, you're drawn to things that feed your spirit, not just your emotions. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Your interests have started to change. You used to focus only on how someone looked or how fast they could make your heart race. Now, you care more about someone's character, values, and relationship with God. That's not random. It's a direct result of spiritual growth. When your spirit starts craving depth over distraction, it means you're becoming more emotionally grounded. You've realized that real love needs more than attraction. It needs connection, communication, and commitment built on God's truth. This change helps protect you from wasting time on surface-level relationships. You're not led by temporary feelings anymore. You're led by what feeds your soul. You want a love that helps you grow, not one that just entertains you for the moment. God is renewing your mind and reshaping your standards. When you're drawn to people, places, and conversations that reflect His heart, that's a sign your love life is moving in the right direction.